In today's video, I'm going to show you the exact difference between an influencer type of a content versus an authority building, informational based type of a presence when it comes to social media. And do not expect this video to be highly edited. This is not meant to give you a structured, detailed point on exactly what you should do to crush it on social media. It's none of that. It's to basically open your mind to what is the possibility. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Mel Hashemi. I grew my own account in 5 weeks. I gained 50,000 followers on TikTok, grew my Instagram, grew my Facebook to 17,000 followers within 4 to 5 weeks, and continue to grow on TikTok on all platforms. And the reason I'm sharing this video is because a lot of people that I talk with, they're like, well, Mel, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to make like those cringy videos where I have to like do some silly dances. And I'm a professional, and unfortunately in this time and age with everything that's going on, social media has become a vital part of our lives for business, not just for having it as an scapegoat and basically like putting all our worries aside from the day and scrolling on there to just have some fun. Every business owner, every authority figure, every educated individual or even non-educated individual needs to know how to properly use social media to your advantage, because this is a high income skill that is expected to grow. Like, it's already $1 billion industry, but to trillions of dollars. So if you are not tapping into it, if you already don't have a brand that is working for you, that is serving you and your mission in life, then what are you even doing? It's 2025. So with that being said, let's dive right into it and let me open your mind on what are the two different ways that you can grow your personal brand as an authority figure. This video is gonna be mostly a personal video. Like, I want to truly share my experiences with you guys, so it's not going to be structured. I'm probably going to go all over the place, but the purpose of it is to open your mind. So yeah, when I graduated in 2020, I was like, I'm never gonna get on TikTok. This app is so cringe, like this is so superficial. And I had gotten a PhD and I was like, such a hotshot, there's no way I'm gonna go and use TikTok as a way. Like, I didn't even have a picture up after I graduated. Like, I had zero social media presence, so I truly felt like a dinosaur. And I got out, and back then I had just turned 22, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. Where's my suitcase full of money? And I'm ready to work. And COVID hit, so there was no work. Like, I couldn't go into the pain elimination clinic that I wanted to establish and create and work. So I had to come up with a different way. And people would see me, like, even to this day, I'm no longer 21 or 22. They see my face, and I don't have more of like a 26-year-old type of face. I have a younger looking face, and sometimes they may not take me seriously. Like, it's different now than back in the day. But especially as a doctor, a fresh graduate, people didn't want to work with me because of my age. Like, literally somebody said, oh, you must be a genius that you got a PhD at age 21, but because you look so young, like, I decided to go with a different practitioner. And that really, in a sense, it was a culture shock, because I worked so hard. I worked my ass off in a sense to get to where I was, and there I was, and people didn't even want to be working with me because of how I looked and how young I seemed, which wasn't even true. Like, all my life was basically a whole holistic medical type of a boot camp in a sense, because my whole family, they're either in medicine, business, or design. And growing up, our conversations was never about whether what's happening with politics. It was whether oats is good for you or whether it's an anti-nutrient. And we would debate for hours over oats. Like, who even cares about oats, or like over kale? So with that being said, I was like, okay, Mel, like, where are the audience? Like, who do you want to serve? And I realized, like, I really want to help people with their gut health, because at the very same time, my grandfather also got Crohn's disease, and we went down the rabbit hole of gut microbiome and gut health and helped him to reverse his condition, which was pretty impressive. And I was like, there's so many people out there that need this, so I want to help people, and I want to make sure that our future generations in America, like, they are not diseased and suffering. I want to make sure that people in their 20s and 30s are really living like a 20-30-year-olds and not declining just because our food is processed and our environment is filled with toxins and all that. So that's when I was like, okay, oh shoot, so I guess I should be going on social media, and I guess I should be leveraging this. And you guys, it was so hard, and bear with me. Like, I know you're like, Mel, I came here to see the difference between influencer versus authority building type of content. Like, why are you going on a tangent? Believe me, I have a point, so stay with me for a bit more. So yeah, Now, unfortunately, I was forced into using social media. I was an introvert. I was like, there is no way this is gonna work. I did not have the influencer look at all. Like right now, I take care of myself and how I look, but back then, I was a legit nerd who had no social life and who didn't know nothing about basically anything. With that being said, I was like, we gotta make this work. If this is your mission, if this is your vision, Mel, we have to make it work. I went on social media very strategically. Like, people think social media is luck, but it's really just about strategy. If you understand how is a certain field or niche going viral, if you start to recognize the patterns and if you start to implement it for yourself, then that's it. You're golden. Like, people think it's luck, whereas the way I looked at social media was exactly like anatomy and physiology. It's just like different organs function in different ways, just like how carousels, text reels, emulation versus original ideas. Like, everything just had an exact specific way of how it was going to perform, whether it was going to bring in a lot of views for me, whether it was going to bring me sales, whether it was going to be a nurturing piece of content. So it's not about luck, it's about having strategy. And there are two ways you can grow on social media, and either way you can totally make it. It just depends on who you are, what your vision is. Number one, we have the more influencery type of content, and these are the typical people that you see on social media. They have like the perfect life, the perfect aesthetics, and you see them and you're like, oh my god, this person's so beautiful, or they have their shit together, or they have their life together, and they may totally not have it together at all, but that's how they seem. Like, everything looks good. They are photogenic, or they may not be, but they just know how to take those freaking photos so well. Their feed looks so clean, and you know, it's more of a personal brand. Like, somebody's called Lily and you get to know Lily on a deep level. Like, what does Lily love to do? She loves surfing and she loves Italian food, and you know, she is a fitness girly and she does so much wellness. Like, the more you follow this brand, this is a influencery type of a brand where she is going viral because of her personality and because of who she is. But regardless, there is a theme that connects these two together, which I'm about to go through in a second. On the other hand, we have the informational authority type of figures. Now, the way I made it work, how most people work on social media is they try to create that influencery type of content. And that is where a lot of creators, they start, they give up, they're like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this. It's too much work. It's not even who I am. I feel fake. I mean, I don't want to do this anymore. Whereas we have the educational, informational, authority building type of a content account, and that is where the person decides on their niche. And I know you may have heard this before, like, who do you want to be? Who do you want to serve? And how do you want to present it? And at the end of it, do you want to monetize or not really? Like, when I started my social media account, I was like, I want to spread awareness to people. And I didn't have monetization in mind back then. After 5 weeks, when I blew up, I was like, oh shit, like, calls are coming in and I don't even have an offer. I don't even have a business. I need to take care of that ASAP. With the authority type of content, these people, they only talk about what they want to position themselves as an expert. Now, let's say you want to talk about gut health. All you have to do is find the trending concepts, the trending ideas, the trending problems, desires, everything that's related to gut health. You should not be combining the influencer type of content into the authority building type of content, because when you do that, your authority diminishes. If you have a core following of about 10,000 followers and you start weaving in those lifestyle type of content, that's okay, because people get a chance to know you as a person. You start to become more of a human rather than this authority figure. But you don't even need to do that. And this is where it becomes so appealing to a lot of entrepreneurs, and they come to us for help because we have cracked the code on how can you build a brand to establish your authority and go viral consistently. And if you have any questions on how it all works, I have a link down below, so feel free to schedule a call with me. I'm more than happy to walk you through it all. If I can help you, I'll show you exactly how, and if I can't, I'll let you know. But putting that aside, with these type of people, it's about knowing your content matrix, your audience so well, their deepest pain, like what keeps them up at night, what keeps them curious, what is their most deepest desire, like what do they want to achieve in life, and what are the emotions that are attached to that. If you can target their emotions, if you can bring in awareness and value, which is so important because that's how you become an authority, if you can be a bit controversial by handling different myths or even objections or typical norms and popular opinion and bringing in the unpopular ones, that is how you become an authority figure in the educational realm, instead of having to do the freaking silly dances in order to make the videos work. Now, I'm not dissing this one. I'm not saying this is bad. It's just going to take harder, because for somebody to go viral in a social media influencer type of an account, in my opinion, I may be wrong, they need to have the looks, they need to have the charisma, they need to have some sort of a vibe, some sort of something that sets them apart from other people. Whereas with this, like, if your goal is to make money on social media, whether it's like having a self-development course or stress release course or helping people to make money online or whatever that it is, you can go this route and you can grow fast. Whereas with this, I honestly don't know. I don't know how you can grow that way. That is where people think social media is luck. But if you switch it up, if you understand the virality, and if you see that it's really simple, there is nothing complicated about going viral. A lot of people think that when they're starting, they should come up with original ideas. And I know, like, as a doctor, I truly value that. Like, we want it to be perfect. We want it to be original. We want to give so much value, and you overwhelm people. Now, you may not be a doctor. Maybe you're a business owner. Maybe you're a sales coach, whoever that you are, just know this works so well because you can pull from the trends that are happening. You can tie it back to entrepreneurship. You can tie it back to gut health. You can hop on the trends that are happening. You can bring in a cool twist. You do not need to be original, especially when you have no content awareness. A lot of people have zero content awareness and they want to try social media, and all of a sudden they want to be so creative and go all in and do all that shit, and it just doesn't work. So what you need to do is, as Ratatouille, this is so funny, my grandfather always tells me, like, I tell him, Grandpa, I'm not a good chef, I can't bake anything, I can't cook anything. Like, half the time it either is too raw or it's burnt, and it just tastes horrible. Although he's too sweet, and he always tells me, no, it tastes so fine, Mel, like, it's great, I'm gonna eat it anyways. He's such a sweetheart. But anyways, my aunt actually tells me, they both do, they tell me, Mel, just follow the recipe. Same thing, you know, Chef Gusteau told Ratatouille, just follow the recipe. Anybody can cook. And it's the same thing. Anybody can be a content creator. Anybody can be an influencer. It's just, which direction are you going towards? Are you trying to be like that whole social media aesthetic type of a girl or guy and have the charisma and be all unique and be all different and be all original and pull from your own personality in order to go viral, which is a hit or miss? Or are you trying to build a business on social media? Do you need this to work, and that it has to work, and that you want a proven way that is predicted to work? Then you need to establish yourself as an authority figure. You're no longer an influencer but an authority figure. And this is where the marketing is just like, I love marketing so much. It truly blows my mind. Like, every day I get excited to even learn newer stuff that are in the niche and I don't even know about them, because marketing is so complex. Like, with this, you have so much room to play with. And I want to talk about a little bit about the different concepts and content that you can do if you want to build your brand as an authority figure instead of an influencer. An influencer has to sometimes do the silly dances, the cringy videos, and they're okay with it. Like, I went to Sephora the other day and there was a guy and he was trying to help me out, and he had more female energy with him, so to say, if you know what I mean. And it was beautiful. Like, he knew so much about makeup, and I felt so bad that me as a woman, I don't even know half as much as what he knows. And I was like, I want to try a red lipstick. And what he told me was kind of mind-blowing. And he said, honey, if you were to try a red lipstick, you gotta own it. When you wear it, you gotta feel so confident, because if you don't feel confident, like, you might as well not wear it. So make sure that the color that we're gonna decide with you today, when you wear it with the most confidence. That's the thing with the informational authority building. You can be confident and you can know that the strategies work. You don't have to do stuff that are outside of your comfort zone with the silly dances or the lip syncing or anything influencery. You can be yourself. You can bring out your expertise, your knowledge, who you are, and truly crush it. It's just a matter of believing the process, staying consistent, and knowing that you're on the right track. I mean, if you are following all the formulas that I share in my channel, which I've made a playlist, go ahead and watch it and subscribe. I make videos every week, you should be fine. The types of content that you can create in order to feel confident, because if people feel you being all shy, and like if you're making a video and you're like, hello, my name is Mel, and I just wanted to say, in order to have a healthy gut, you should be having probiotic. This is probably what I would have done a year and a half ago. Actually 2.5 years ago. I've been in the field for a while, basically 3 years ago. But the way to build the confidence is practice. Confidence isn't something that's innate, isn't something that you're born with. The more you practice a skill set, the more you become confident. And this is where you should start with easy concepts. Like study your area, study what other creators are doing in your niche, and then look at how can you start with easy concepts. Usually it's the text on screen ones that are super easy with a blurb of text. Add that trending audio, add a good caption, and do not be salesy. If you have 0 followers, you cannot monetize your followers. Like if you have just 100 followers, do not monetize those poor followers. They are there to consume your content. You need to provide more value. You need to establish yourself as an authority figure with few thousand followers before you can even cash out. So start with the easier concepts that you can feel more confident in, like the B-rolls that you can add a blurb of text. Then move on to the more complex ones, more complex editing, maybe the storytelling one, maybe the VTP, the viral transformation post type of reels, where you are fooling and playing with people's emotions and being a bit controversial in the beginning, having something punchy, building the story, and then connecting it to the outcome, the lesson that you want to share in your VTP. Then moving on to more complex ones like carousels, and then talking videos. Talking videos, you have to be absolutely confident. But the thing is, you're not gonna get confident if you don't practice. Like if I show you a video of mine even from a year ago versus now, there's a huge difference. When I first started my content creation, although I went to all the way above 200,000 followers, I refused to do talking videos. I did one talking video. Actually, I did a few. And they all did relatively good. And one of those few, it was when I was so sick, like I didn't give a fuck on how the video was gonna turn out. I just knew that I had to do it because my team needed me to do it. And it was a talking video. And I literally, all I did was I kept like using different angles, changing it every few seconds because people need to stay retained with you. And I was literally saying, like, if you're feeling, what was it? Something like, if you're feeling tired in the morning but wired at night, and if you have that pooch in your lower belly, and if you are having a brain fog, like I listed a bunch of symptoms, and it was like going deep, and it was literally calling people out. And I said, that is because you have an imbalanced cortisol, and there is a way to fix it, but you aren't messaging me on Instagram, so I can tell you how, because everybody is different. I cannot give you like a cookie cutter type of a strategy for you. It's got to be unique to you. So that video got over 2 million views because I didn't really give a fuck at all how it was gonna perform. I just had to do it, and I wanted to get it out of the way. And even if I redo it today, I could do such a better job with like adding at least on text screen type of captions to the video, having a better quality of audio, not looking like Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, because I was coughing and blowing my nose so much that I looked so red. I looked horrible. And that video went viral, and we made so much money as a result. So with that being said, no, you do not need to be doing cringy content. You can be an authority, you can be a professional, you can be making so much money, so much impact. Like for me, money isn't about money. I look at impact. Like the amount of views translates to the amount of lives that are being changed. 50,000 views isn't 50,000 views, it's 50,000 eyeballs. Is that actually 100,000 eyeballs? I'm not sure. You know what I mean. 50,000 people, 100,000 eyeballs that have looked at your content, and it has sat with their heart. Maybe it went to their mind, maybe it went to their heart, maybe it went into their soul, maybe it didn't go anywhere, but those lives were changed in some way or another, because maybe next time they see another video and they're like, oh my god, yeah, Mel did talk about that a couple weeks ago. Let me go back to her content and see what she was saying again. So there is just so much potential, and impact always translates to money. If you can bring value to people's heart, if you can grow existence, add to people's lives by your creativity, your impact, your value, whatever that you specifically believe in, divine find God will give you more money, impact, abundance in return. It's all about being able to generate the impact, and then it will be provided for you. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please comment it down below. And if you want more on marketing, sales, fulfillment, operation, and a lot of different ways to really, in a way, biohack your business life, go ahead and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next videos.